speech number 9, Persuasive Power, entitled Give Up Before It's Too Late.
You've all probably heard the advice, don't give up. Stick with your goals. Persist until you achieve them. I have to admit, I gave up before it was too late. Now, what is too late, I'll get back to later. But I'm sure you're wondering, what did Ken give up? Anyone wondering that? What did Ken give up? Did Ken give up cigarettes, drinking, Cheetos, Doritos, potato chips? None of those. I have to confess, I gave up playing the saxophone. I started playing the saxophone when Bill Clinton was president. Remember, he played the saxophone, he was famous for that. I'd read an ad that said, learn the saxophone, the world's most sexy and now politically correct instrument. I thought, how can I go wrong? Sexy and politically correct. So I signed up for private lessons. When I moved to Chicago, I continued lessons with William Sims, big African-American professional jazz musician with dreadlocks, played all around Chicago here. I studied with him for 8 years, worked hard. Along the way, had little student recitals, and after 8 years, he arranged for a big recital at Smoke Daddy's on Division Street. Now, Smoke Daddy's a pretty first-class club. So all of us students went there. We played our 2 songs, our 2 pieces. I went home that night, listened to the recording of myself, and said, Ken, how, after 8 years of studying, could you sound so amateurish and bad? I went to William. I said, William, how could I sound so bad? What can I do? Ken, you got to do more woodshedding. Who knows what woodshedding is? It's a jazz expression that comes from the days when people couldn't stand to hear musicians practice, and they'd send them out back to the woodshed all by themselves to do their scales, their chords, and their exercises. Beep, 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 beep. William was saying to me, I had to spend 2 to 3 hours a day in the woodshed, and then I could sound professional. Now, about that time, I was also into Argentine tango, which you heard about from me before. After work, I'd come home, I'd play for about an hour on my saxophone, then I'd go out for a few hours and dance. And on the dance floor, I was graceful, I was elegant. People would tell me they were amazed at how quickly I learned. And since tango is an improvisational dance, I was able to see what I was going to dance before I did it. Jazz is an improvisational music form, and I was told I should hear what I'm going to play before I play it. Well, I did hear things. I heard, Ken, what are you going to play now? So I was at a juncture. I could either spend hours in the woodshed or hours on the tango floor. I couldn't do both. I had to make a big decision. Hours in the woodshed with a brass metal tube. Hours on the dance floor with an elegant, graceful woman. Metal tube. Woman. Okay, guys. Which would you choose? I gave up the saxophone before it was too late. Too late say no. Before I had invested so much time, so much energy, so much intent into the saxophone, I couldn't give it up. I gave it up before it was too late to do what came naturally to me, what was easy for me, and was right for me at the moment. Okay? What is it in your life? Maybe a hobby, like tango, maybe a habit, maybe a person that you need to give up now so you can do the things that are right for you right now. Thank you very much. So 1 second, I'm running a lot of shows here. I gotta stop.